So I didn't actually plan before and after photos, but you can see from the photos on the screen here that before my skin was more dull, less even, less smooth. And now after a year of using this, the biggest difference I noticed is the smoothness, the evenness of my skin, and how it's more glowing. What I do want to say is that people regularly told me, even prior to using the mask, that I had great skin. So I don't find that I'm seeing in before and after photos huge differences. I'm going to explain where the differences have come in for me in a moment, but I do want to say that I did have great skin before I started. I don't eat sugar, I don't drink alcohol, and I don't drink any caffeine. And I think all of those things contribute to better skin. And all those things are because I get migraines, and those are all migraine triggers for me. And another thing is I really have to make sure to stay hydrated because of the migraines again. And that's another thing that contributes to great skin. So red light is one tool in my toolbox in addition to good nutrition, staying hydrated, my skincare regime, and using gua sha. The biggest difference that I do notice with this red light therapy mask 1 year in, because I do use the JOVS every morning, is when I don't use it. So this year I had a 10-day trip to Ontario and I just could not fit this in my small little carry-on luggage. So it didn't go, and I noticed over the course of the trip that my skin became more dull, it became more uneven, less smooth, and this makes a huge difference for skincare and for makeup. So number one, I no longer have to rely on super expensive products for my skincare. So I just use a simple cleanser, and then I follow up with rose water, which is like my toner. And then I would use the mask. And then after the mask, I put on rosehip oil and I follow with the gua sha. And in the evenings, I use castor oil. So this is a very simple, inexpensive skincare regime that I use. I used to use vitamin C serum and I loved it. I love vitamin C serum because it would take away that dullness of my skin and even out my skin. But now I don't need the vitamin C serum anymore because the mask is doing those things. It's creating that evenness of the skin. It's adding that radiance to my skin. So that's one product that I don't use. The other product that a lot of people rely on for anti-aging is retinol. Now, me and retinol just do not get along, but I don't need the things that retinol does. So retinol encourages cell turnover, so does my red light mask. It goes and it supports collagen production, so does my red light mask. And it also it gives more evenness of skin tone, and so does my red light mask. The biggest difference is with makeup and specifically with foundation. So I used to use this $80 Lancome foundation, which is just so expensive for 1 ounce. And now I use this e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. Also 1 ounce, $10. $80, $10. So the reason why I love this foundation is it gave this dewy look. It also gave full coverage so I could even out my skin tone, like the redness around my nose, and yeah, just create a really even palette. So I loved it for that. But now I find I need way less foundation. I just use a little bit of this e.l.f. foundation and I start around my nose and around my chin, and then that's like where the most redness is, and then I work out from there and even it out. I also like to add these bronzing drops, which just gives this really nice sun-kissed tan glow. This is also around $10. So, but you only use a drop of it in this. So it lasts forever, and this is lasting a lot longer now too because I just don't need as much of it. Because my skin is more even too, it just goes on more evenly. So if you imagine that your skin was bumpy, you'd be having to fill in those spaces with a thick, full coverage foundation like that to create that smooth coverage. But now my skin is more even and it just doesn't have as much redness, so I just don't need something as intense as this one. Yeah, so overall my makeup doesn't take as long. I've spent more time now than I used to doing things like contouring. So I'll contour to give my face some definition here, around my forehead, on either side of my nose, and on my jowls here. So it gives me like a facelift with just a little bit of contour. Again, I think this costs around $10. So but just generally, my makeup has become less about covering and more about enhancing what I already have. I used to wear a lot of eyeshadow and stuff too, and now I just do brows. I do a pencil and then what do they call these things? Tinted brow gel. And then also the lash extender. I'm obviously a big e.l.f. fangirl here, but this e.l.f. lash extender is also something that's saved me a lot of money. Maybe it doesn't relate directly to this, but between the castor oil and this, the castor oil makes your eyelashes longer, and then this lash extender means that it's tubing mascara, so it goes around your eyelashes. And then what that means is that I get less like a less smudging from my mascara, so I don't look as tired anymore. And also then at the end of the day, when it comes to washing, I don't need a special product to take it off. It just comes off with water. It comes off in these little tubes, like you just pull it off your eyelashes. So you don't need to buy another product to take your mascara off. So this is a big win. I know it doesn't directly relate to the mask, but I think it does indirectly in terms of skincare and cost, and I'll have links to all these products below. Okay, so a red light mask that you're not going to use is not going to work, and I experienced that directly this year when I was on a trip for 10 days, and I could really see how my skin started to change in a negative way when I wasn't using it every day. So what I love about the JOVS is that it's this luxury product in terms of this contour and also the material they use for it. It's just so beautiful that it makes me want to use it every day. Also, it has a really wide eye area, so it's easy for me to wear it while I'm doing my morning routine, like doing my mobility, making my bed, choosing my clothes, putting dishes away, that kind of stuff. And the other thing about it is it has this clip on the controller that means I can just clip it to whatever I'm wearing. And then you don't need to have pockets if you don't have pockets in what you're wearing, which often happens with women's clothing. So it's really an easy mask to use. It's 6 times stronger because it's a laser mask than most masks on the market, and it's FDA approved. So this is a laser mask. The lasers go deeper than LEDs. LEDs tend to stay shallower to the surface. So it has 660 nanometers and 1064 nanometers, which helps to smooth your smile lines. And it also helps with eye wrinkles, and it enhances skin firmness. It has 660 nanometers and 850 nanometers, which helps to reduce forehead lines, and 660 nanometers and 940 nanometers fades sunspots and age spots and redness all over. So it's targeted. It has targeted around the lines of your mouth, around the lines of your eyes, around the forehead, and it combines this laser and LED. The great news is that JOVS has introduced a neck and décolletage, chest and back mask. So you can wear it on the front, or you can wear it on your back. So it works your neck and then your chest and your back. And this is at 660 nanometers. It's an LED light. There are 66 lights on this. Again, it's that super beautiful material that they make their masks out of that just sits so well on the body. Okay, it's said to reduce wrinkles, clinically proven in just 4 weeks. And also it's good for skin firmness, skin evenness, and texture. Really great for that. And I think that because I'm wearing a face mask all the time and you get your face looking really good, then if you're not keeping up with your neck and your chest, then it can be, it's gonna look incongruous, right? It's not gonna look the same. So I think it's great to have both. I'm really glad I have both now. So some of the things that you do that affects your neck and your chest is like text neck, always looking down at your phone creates wrinkles in your neck. Also, I find first thing in the morning when I get up, because I'm a side sleeper, I have a lot of wrinkles across my chest. Oftentimes we don't put as much care into our skincare on our necks and our chest. I know I've always been really good about my neck, but not good about my chest, because generally I have pajamas on or something covering this area, so I just don't get down to my skincare there. And when it comes to skincare too, often I'm good about putting sunscreen again on my neck, but not as good about putting it consistently on my chest. So we get more, we're not caring for our skin as well there, and also we get more sun damage there. Okay, let's talk about this controller. One of the unfortunate things is they didn't put a clip on it like the other one, which I find so useful and helpful. So you've got your power button, which is going to turn it on and off. So we turn it on, and then it has your time. So it goes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and 20 minutes. And then you have your light. Here's the regular light, and then there's a brighter light. One of the really interesting things about this controller is that it's got 2 ports on it. So this is the port that's going to the mask, and then this is the port that can charge. Now they're interchangeable. I could use either. Now, what happens is if you run out of a charge, you could potentially plug it in and use it at the same time. So that's an interesting feature. Other features that I would prefer to see on a mask, on a controller, is how much time you have left and a clip. So why would you want a neck and chest mask? Well, your neck actually has more thin skin and more delicate skin. It has less oil glands, so it's going to show wrinkles and damage sooner. The neck mask is going to provide the same collagen-inducing benefits that your face mask is going to give you. So when you wear that, you're going to have more even, it's going to look more cohesive, more even from your face to your neck and your chest. So the question is it worth the actual price tag of these luxury products? Because they are on the higher end of face masks and neck and chest masks. And I think that I do say that this is my holy grail mask. It's the one that I wear every single morning. And I think it's partly because of the luxury feel that I do grab for it every single time, and the lasers that they go deeper. Having the chest and neck mask to go with it means that I'm going to get more evenness from my face to my neck to my chest. So my answer is, if you have the money and you can afford to put it into something like this and you feel like you're going to wear it every day, I definitely think it's worth it. So if you would like me to give you an update on my neck and chest wearing, let me know in the comments, and let me know what mask you're using, if you use a neck and chest mask, if it's something that you're interested in. And I will have all the links below to all the products. So just to circle back, this costs $80 a bottle. So 10 of these would pay for one of these. So you can go old school and cover up the problem with makeup. And we all know it takes more than just this one foundation to cover up the problem, because also we're talking about a lot of times very high-end skincare. My skincare is super inexpensive. So old school, expensive cosmetics, expensive skincare, or new school, and you can solve the problem.